everybody? My name is Dion Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from round 3 of the Midwest Scrubdown here in St. Louis, Missouri. I drove over from Chicago, and during my drive, they dropped a whole bunch, they being AMG, a whole bunch of rule changes. They are not being used here today, but trust me, they will be there soon. I know they're being used at the UK Game Expo, the World Open Qualifier happening there. I would assume it's also happening at the Richmond Open here in the United States on the East Coast. So looking forward to seeing those new points and all that this year. Next week. But for now, we have some X-Wing action that uses a little bit of the past. But hey, that's okay. It's X-Wing. Let's have fun. So in this matchup, we have Henry Hemker versus Travis Smithwick. Empire versus the Rebellion. Had to go ahead and grab this Rebel list because we are playing extended. That's the little bit of a different twist here at the Midwest Scrubdown, brought to you by the Midwest Scrubcast, an Arch Alliance podcast. A podcast that has members from the Arch Alliance. They're not the Arch Alliance podcast. You know what I mean. Hopefully you understand. But anyway, because it's extended, you see a couple of ships out there that we normally don't see in standard. So let's go ahead and start by breaking down those lists. And while I do that, the Choose Your Champion betting is now open. So feel free to go ahead and choose your champion. If you don't know how to play the Choose Your Champion game, there are the instructions right there on your screen. You can go ahead and get that done so that you can earn channel points, and we are on another race to 1,000,000. So the squads, we have Jeremy Hemker, who has Colonel Jendon, who allowed all of those TIE fighters to set up target locks early on with his ability. Then we have 4 TIE X1s. We got Zertik Strom and 3 Storm Squadron Aces. All of them have fire control system, and Zertik has enough space for a hull upgrade. And then Night Beast to round out the squad. For Travis Smithwick, he brought Braylon Strom in the B-Wing, who currently is stacked up, absolutely stacked with target locks right now. Also has Aaron Kraken with hopeful plasma torpedoes, trying to strip off some of those shields. Munitions fail safe. Have an opportunity to basically get a redo on those plasma torpedoes if they don't go off this turn. Then Shara Bay with Predator, homing missiles, and vectored cannons. You could shoot out the front or you could shoot out the back. Derek Clivian with vectored cannons as well. And then we have Corin Horn, a name that I have not said in a long, long time. Corin Horn with targeting synchronizer, fire control system, proton torpedoes, in R3 astromech. Those E-wings are great at target locking from downrange because they could set up target locks outside of the range that most people can. So from range 3 plus is where you can do that with those long range scanners. When it looks like initial voting going on right now, it seems like Jeremy Hemker is our current favorite, but can swing really quickly depending on how many more people vote. Again, the Choose Your Champion voting is open now. Let's go ahead and get that banner out of the way so that we can focus a little more on the action. So, wow, yeah, there's a lot of hate going Braylon's way right now. I mean, Braylon can be an absolutely consistent B-Wing. He's got proton torpedoes, proton bombs, electronic baffle to have some stress management if you don't want to do a blue maneuver, but you still want to be able to set up Braylon to have a shot the following turn and then gain a stress to use its ability. You have that, of course, at the cost of a damage. So we'll see what happens there. We have a focus for right now. And this is assault at the satellite. All right, ooh, do we have shots? I didn't think we would have shots. It's very close. Oh, we Houston. It's happening. So it looks like the Lambda shuttle is out. Lambda Shuttle's out, but those Braylon Strom, excuse me, Zertic Strom, not to be confused with Braylon Stram, and technically could be the same last name, but written different. Let's see what the plan is there. So here we go. We're going to go with a Proton Torpedo. Ability to reroll there, and going to change one to a crit. That is a big start. One hit, 3 crits. We got 1 evade thrown there. So that means 3 crits are going into the Green Storm Squadron Ace. And the crit is Fuel Leak. Crit is Fuel Leak. Shots back. 2 hits. Fire control system coming in. Changing it to a crit. And that's going to be another full string. Hit, crit, crit. Ability to reroll with Braylon. Got 2 evades. Only takes 1. Braylon wins out in that exchange. Now Zertic Strom has an opportunity to fire as well. And that's another full string. Change it to a crit. 3 crits. Reroll with Braylon's ability. Spend the focus. Only takes a single shield. Right there. That is Braylon Strom at his best. You don't... That's not usual, what we just saw there. That is not typical. That is the exception, not the rule. But absolutely being used to the fullest ability. So, score is 1-1 on each side with the scoring. All right, score of 1-1 right there. Too late for bets. It is a little bit too late for bets. We have these players battling on the GSP ship. I still haven't decided what kind of ship, we're going to build this lore around this ship. I haven't decided what class of ship would we be riding in our lore. What do you guys think? I think you have to close. Maybe the timer isn't over. Get your bets in. Get your bets in. It's a tie game. Oh, these guys are in Columbus. Sorry, I just got handed some cards. Oh, these are beautiful. And yes, let's go ahead and talk about the changes that happened during my drive up here, or excuse me, down here to St. Louis. We had a bunch of new bans happen, and Sloan is one of them. Now, is she now again, we're not playing with those new rules. So, quick question, because I have not had an opportunity to fully look at everything because of my traveling. Is she banned in both extended and in standard? Is it both, or is it just in standard? DJ says June 4th, 15th. I know that the UK Game Expo is going to use the new rules. I'm not sure about the Richmond Open next weekend, but probably. I would guess that that everybody next week, 1 week for competitive players, a week is more than enough to flip gears. It'll be a little bit Wild West, but that's exciting. You're on the cutting edge. Why not take the opportunity to do that? With a major tournament that's happening. Sloan crew card. I know it's Sloan crew card. The which format is it banned in? Is it banned in both? Betting's been closed. Lord of Britannia says on my casual nights I'll play with all the cards. Sure, yeah, you do you, fam. It's dependent from group to group, right? So if you're playing with a group of people who don't, who don't mind, like they say, hey, ban cards, we'll go ahead and play with them. I mean, I know that there are plenty of people who play other games that they kind of have their house rules. But I know, for instance, like in my play group, we play with the most up-to-date tournament rules because we want to have fun during casual nights, but we also want to use those nights to practice for tournaments and things like that to make sure that we have that knowledge under our belts and get as many reps as we can, because that's the biggest thing, reps. I know for myself with all the responsibilities I have. My table time is extremely valuable, and I want to make sure I'm using it to practice the most up-to-date thing. So that's me, though. So said Dr. Moneypen Sloan is on the ban list. See, hold on. Let me. Here's the problem. I think this is a nomenclature problem. I will answer my own question. So they have ban lists, but where's the points? That's what I need. I need points. Oh, DJ, you got your ship. That's awesome. I'm telling you, I shipped out so much stuff I was behind on. It was awesome. I know that there's still some people missing things, but we'll do the best. So Sloan is still in extended, because here's the thing: there are things that are on the quote-unquote ban list that are banned in only standard, and there are things that are banned in both. I think maybe there's only one that's banned in both standard and extended. So that's a new thing. All right, here we go. Proton torpedo shot. And another full string quad crits. And Natty's there. There we go. He's got a fuel leak, so he goes down. All right, well, they're going to keep it going. Somebody said, wait, the E-Wing has a 1 straight? Yeah, it does. And here's a plasma torpedo coming in. It's going to come from Aaron Kraken. Shield and an extra after that. So going to be 2 shields down on Jendon. That sets up Aaron Kraken action. And here is Corrin with a proton torpedo as well. Sorry, this is Braylon. That was Corrin before. This is Braylon with a proton torpedo. And these things are hot fire. Spend the focus. 2 hits, 2 crits. Travis brought another full string. So only a single shield. Hot dice on both sides. How many rounds in this tournament, Gus? We got 5 rounds. This is round 3 of 5. Predator reroll only going to be a single one, and plenty of squiggles on those dice. All right. Range 3 obstructed on the TIE Fighter. 1 hit. You're saying there's a chance? Not with that evade token. All right, here we go. Range 2. Braylon. Sorry, I keep wanting to say Braylon Strom. Zertic Strom. Sloan and fire control for the rerolls. Spend the focus. Yes, hit, crit, crit, full string. Looking at Braylon. Reroll with the ability. Takes 2. The shields are now down on Braylon Strom. Another range 2 shot coming in. Going to keep focus firing on Braylon. This is from the Yellow Storm Squadron ace. You got some trail mix. Fire control, blank to blank. Spend the focus for hit crit. 2 crits with the advance. Got it. That's going to be a crit, though, on Braylon. What did you get? Sound like a fuel leak. Susceptible to damage. This one's range 3. Just finished doing a range 2 attack. 2 hits. Fire control. Full string. Hit, crit, crit. Sorry, 2 hits and a crit. And you have the focus there. He had a focus there, doesn't he? Unless that belongs to... Oh, with the fuel leak, he goes down. I'm confused. Maybe the focus was spent already? Just wasn't cleared off the table? Two hits. Spend it. Takes 1. We'll see if Corrin has an opportunity to... Whoa. There we go. Night Beast, no shot. And then... something happening at initiative 0. What is it? Ah, Corrin is going to go ahead and take the ability. He has a single crit. We got to focus. Weapons disabled for the next round for Corrin Horn. So that was a ton. Okay, lots of back and forth there. So at least just with ships and last points was 6-4. And with them going down, we'll go ahead and add up our scenario points. All right, giving that score of 6-9. Travis there on the left flying the Empire, excuse me, flying the Rebels, and our friend Jeremy flying the Empire. I was going to say Imperial, and I said Pyre, so it sounded weird. Empire. Nano Antonio said the Monday's podcast could be packed with content. Yeah, it's going to be a busy Monday. A very, very busy Monday. Well, this week's going to be a little crazy for me and my family. Well, that's all part of the fun, baby. Going on that ride. Now, with summer around the corner, I would love to hear from you guys. What are your plans for the summer? Did I tell you guys I am actually taking a trip to Florida to stream a small community tournament? That's something we're going to start doing here on GSP. As you guys know, previously when we were traveling consistently and now that things are opening back up, we really like to get to events at least twice a month. And when there is a month where we don't have an official event, we are going to do a community event. And that means even flying out to a location that is not ours, because of course we could always run a tournament, but it's more fun to rope in the whole community. So for this one, we're actually going to be flying to Orlando and doing an event there. So it should be super fun. So let's see. It's my understanding that it's a smaller store. It's going to be a one-day event. But this is something I want to do. It's part of my mission, for community outreach in X-Wing, and that's one very simple way for hey, listen, if you guys have a tournament and we're available and it works, we can make it happen. East Coast Gamers in New Jersey would be a great location to think about for a tournament. Hey, if we have the space on the calendar, we can make it happen. Now, we are booked up. We are booked up through, if I go to the Discord right now, I can actually go look at the schedule. Let's see right here. Upcoming events. Boom. 2 in May, 2 in June, 2 in July, 3 in August, because there's a top secret thing that's happening there. 2 in September. We only have one slated in October right now. That's the Galactic Championship Finals. It's an online event. We, of course, are waiting to hear when is the official World Championship. I have no idea when that is. November is going to be a little dicey for me because my second daughter, is being born that time. But we can send, Will, Ryan, or Marcel on the road for stuff as well. But yeah, so this X-Wing season packed up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 events. But almost, not quite every other weekend, but if you look at the calendar, you'll see there's two per month. Oh, is that lander shuttle going to hit the rock there? That is a little tight. Yep. July 9th is the planning phase syndicate showdown. That is where I will be going at Orlando community event. Yeah, it's capped at 32 players, but hey, it's not sold out yet, so if you want in, let Psych J7 know. Might be in the chat. Dropping a focus there. Trying to control the satellite array. Now, even though that shuttle is on the rock, it still counts for presence. It still counts for controlling the objective. So likely going to be able to get that center objective. Ooh, 4K, very nice. That means, you're expecting Corrin to hit the gas here to try to run away because of the weapons disabled this turn. All right, Travis's initiative 3, 1 turn. Going to be able to fit that right in front of that rock. Oh. Okay. So what happened there is Jeremy. Hold on. Let me. So last turn, the Sloan trigger was missed. So because the Sloan trigger was missed, there's some weird dial stuff on Corrin. You know. So I'm not sure how they're going to resolve it, but I'm making it the judge's problem. Oh, it doesn't even look like the 4 straight fits. All right, so they got it resolved. We are good. All good, all good. Nope. Doesn't fit. Good effort. I mean, the four straight, it would have been a good play there for sure. So the E-Wing Corrin there is going to end up bumping. We'll have the option, no, we'll not have that option to do the focus and distress because it's still a focus action. So you can't do an action while stressed. Currently triple, now double stress. He did a white maneuver. Excuse me, a blue maneuver. Aaron Kraken kind of hanging on his own, wishing he had a boost because he's just kind of sitting there in Zertik Strom's arc. This turn's going to hurt a little bit for Travis. Jeremy has some good pieces. So Travis came out swinging big with Corrin and Braylon. But right now, the staying power of those 3 agilities really, really showing their strength. This is really random, but I realized I left my umbrella outside. I'll be right back. Sorry, it was 4 hours ago. We'll find out if it's still there. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. While I was at it, went and got my sweater. I'm sitting right underneath an air conditioner vent, so I want to be a little more comfortable. And there we go, range 1 into Corrin. 2 hits and a focus. Sloan reroll. 3 hits going into Corrin. This is going to be a tough turn. Only 1, going to be taking 2 there. Shields are down. Night Beast, return fire on the A-Wing. Hit crit. 2 evades, safe. So player's going to go ahead and update our score here. Score is 8-11. No ships destroyed that turn. Cry Dove reminding Lord of Britannia that the without the target lock, the TIE advanced are not able to convert to crit. All right, there, 35 minutes and change left in the round. (11-8). Jeremy currently in control of the game and the pace. You know, Travis invested a ton of points into, you know, a majority of his points into Corrin and Braylon, and without being able to have those high power attacks really rip through your enemy, it is a little bit tough. Uphill climb for sure. Now, Corrin will be able to fire next turn, but I think the bigger issue is the fact that he's double stressed due to Admiral Sloan. An absolutely powerful card. If you're not familiar with Sloan, in future events, it will end up being banned if you're playing standard at least. But we can go ahead and talk about it now while we can. Admiral Sloan, after another friendly ship at range 0-3 defense, if it is destroyed, the attacker gains 2 stress tokens. And while a friendly ship at range 0-3 performs an attack against a stress ship, you get to reroll up to 2 attack dice. And the super powerful thing about Sloan, besides the ability, is the range. It is a massive range because the ship that's destroyed just needs to be within range 0-3 of the Sloan carrier, which means from the ship that you end up affecting, so from Corrin, you can end up being nearly 6 ranges away. So rotate happening there on Derek. Here comes Night Beast. Gonna keep it simple. 2 straight. I think Travis anticipated that with the rotate. Focus evade. Night Beast using his ability. Two turn away is the play. You have the possibly range 1. Arc is on. And as Blue maneuver clear the stress from the vector cannons, takes the focus. And here we go. We have a little bit of a flying trapeze act down here. Zertic Strom's going to start with a 4K. And while they're doing that, which is always a fun time getting that done. Check out these coins the Midwest Scrubcast gave me. We're going to be adding this to the stock of items for the GSP mystery boxes. So you could end up getting these, or I actually got a ton of cards that I'll show off here in a little bit as well. Let's head back to the game. So we completed that 4K with Zertic Strom. And now it looks like we have a 1 bank. Seems like the target here for that yellow tie advance is going to be Aaron Kraken. Either get in the way or have a shot at range 1. All right, so yeah, scooping up that target lock, anticipating that shot. And not anticipating just 1, but 2. You have the red Storm Squadron Ace also bending down towards that bottom of the board with that 1 bank. The TIE Advance had been a very popular Imperial ship in 2.5. One and a half. All right, looks like we're going to coordinate a barrel roll. Very nice. That's going to give Night Beast a range 1 shot. Went from not being able to shoot to now trading. Oh, but they're going to call a judge to try the barrel roll. It's very close. Let's see. Oh, and it looks like barrel rolling forward does end up fitting. Center and back did not. So SC321 is going to go off now because but there's no lock out there, so not going to happen. Dr. Moneypan says, I need that coin. Well, there's a chance. They gave me more than 1. They gave me, how many did they give me? I got 4 of them? 4. 3. I have 3 of them. No, I have 2 of them. Because one's for my collection. All right. Focus evade there for Night Beast. Remember, got the focus from its ability, and then evade for the action. And Aaron Kraken is, in fact, going to get caught here. Not just going forward, but doing a K-turn. So stressed, no actions. Target locks from 2 tie advance. One of them's at range 1. That sounds like a bad day for a Z95. And Corin does the 1 straight. All right, Corin needs an opportunity here to do some big damage. Range 1. He might have the bullseye on yellow. But no actions yet. Corin, range 1 at yellow. No green tokens in sight. 1 hit only. Fire control for 2. So at least he had some mods in there. He got 1. He got 1. 1 is better than none. So take shields off. Now here comes Aaron Kraken, range 1. Spending the lock. Ooh. 2 hits and a crit. Hit crit going through. Direct hit for the death. Woo, baby. Oh, man. Man. Yellow goes down. Range 3 from Shara, 1 hit. Predator for 2. Safe. So with that, Travis has got himself back into the game. They're going to trade shots at the top right-hand side of the board. Here goes Derek, big money, 2 hits and a crit. He's going to have to spend them both for no damage. All right, so for Travis, that is a good thing. Because you give Nightbeast an opportunity to be unmodded. And switching now. Range 2. You have a target lock out there. Admiral Sloan is live on this one. Reroll both. Got 2 hits and changes 1 to a crit with advanced targeting computer. Blank out, hit crit. Shields are down on Aaron Kraken. Zyrtec Strom, range 2 into Corin. Right now, Corin has 3 hull left. He's going at the big money priority target. Zyrtec Strom taking the Sloan. 2 hits. Okay. So takes 1 damage on Corrin. One hit. And got the squiggle. Lava Field Toasty, thank you so much for the sub, friend. We got 21 minutes and change left in this round. A reminder that this weekend's event, we got 5 rounds today, 4 tomorrow. It'll be a top 16. Top 16 is the plan for this event. Now they're calculating those satellites. Is that contested? Actually, that would be a win. And Jeremy right there, that's contested. He's going to take 2. And we'll head back to the table to make sure that our score matches our friends here. 13-11. Now, my question to you, my lovely audience, is from the changes that we have for upcoming tournaments, which of them is your favorite? Which was the one you were like, yeah, that needed to be done? And then I would love to know the opposite. What is something that you were like, man, why'd they got to go and do that? Give me both sides. It is always interesting to see it. I prefer not to have like only complaining and only praise. It's always good to have a balance. TNX Old Jester have not had a chance to update the spreadsheet yet. So Buffaloficus says scenario adjustments and removal of most 2-point ships. Great stuff. And Blando78 says, I used to live and breathe X-Wing. Now I ain't got a clue what's going on. Too many changes. I think part of it is, you know, there have been, but it's for me, what I try to look at it is, you know, as the game changes, I can choose to evolve with it, and you know, and that's just part of the adventure. Learning something new and growing and changing is part of this part of it. .0 top 16 UK Nationals version 2 made the cut for every system open. Then COVID and changes. I'm out. Well, I mean, that sounds like you haven't. I mean, with all due respect, Blando78, I mean, there's a myriad of issues there. Maybe you weren't really mentally available to go ahead and do the changes. And then there are also people, and I'm not saying this is you, but there are also people who haven't really given it a chance. So I've seen plenty of loud people who say like, "Oh, I played one game, I hate it, I'm done." So, you know, but you're here, you're watching, you're curious. And listen, if you had those flying skills before, I'm sure you can get behind the stick again and be successful again. Especially, I think from the preliminary things I've seen with the changes, again, I haven't gone through them all because I was traveling when they happened. I I think that the changes to the scenarios, the waiting a turn, for instance, before scenario points are updated, I really think that is a I don't want to use the terminology a step back, because that's not what I mean. But I think it is a step, an increase in the amount of time I have to position. Because one of the biggest issues that we discovered was, hey, I feel like it's I feel like people want more time to do some positioning, and you can't give 4 or 5 rounds. It's not really practical. But that one extra round, I think, makes a big difference, because now you basically get 2 turns of deciding and adjusting to your opponent, which is always a very exciting part of the game. That turn 1, turn 2. Let's see what other things here we have. Ooh, is that going to be a 4K? 4K here from Jeremy. One hard. Derek trying to come around the mountain. This turn looks, positioning-wise, for the satellite, seems to be favoring Jeremy. Derek isn't currently contributing. Shara trying to help out Aaron Kraken and Corin. Corin could get unstressed this turn, though. And there's the 1 forward, keeping it simple. He's got actions now. That is a blue 1 forward on the E-wing. Oh, interesting. Barrel roll. Going to prioritize getting some points from barrel roll lock. Okay. Using that linked action. And Aaron Kraken 1 forward. Jousting with Zertik Strom. Let's get those joust emojis in the chat. Let me know which version of the joust emojis do you prefer? Do you prefer the one where it just has the writing motion, or do you prefer the one where it actually like scrolls left to right? I would love to know. Also, yes, I personally assassinated a whole upgrade. It was me. You're welcome. And Kraken spending focus for 2. Corin, no shot after the barrel roll. Shara got a shot. Homing missile. So Zertik Strom's going to go ahead and take one on the homing missile using targeting synchronizer. But does he have arc? Joust Squadron podcast. Yes. Two hits and a focus. FCS. Focus to blank. Able to convert one. Blank out kills him. Takes a crit there on Aaron. Hopefully no direct hit. Damage sensor array. Actions are focuses only now. And complete whiff. Here comes Jendon. Back arc. Shara or Corrin. Probably going to want to go Corrin. So it looks like we're going at Corrin. Ooh, hit crit off the back gun. It's close. Remember, we have a little bit of a wonky angle here. They're going to have the judge come check the obstruction. That extra die does matter. And here's the check. Unobstructed. And safe. No shot there. And here's Derek. Spend for hit crit going into Night Beast and plenty of paint. And we got a couple of rounds left. And with no ships going down, wait. I think Travis does get. Maybe there's. Hold on, let me go check that out just to help him out. Yeah, I can tell I'm out of practice here, guys. I couldn't call that range. It is that center objective, or the bottom middle objective was contested. Okie dokie. Let's go back to some of your guys' reactions to some of the upcoming changes. I had just finished reading Buffaluffagus. I was on Rishta. Rishta said, happy auto blasters are gone and agree with scenarios being changed. Don't really have a negative. Landrian. I do like there is a willingness to adjust the scenarios. Also, maybe this may make for a small ship count. Dr. Moneypants says, pro range 0 force nerfs. Con, the boost v boost action is confusing. Dr. Moneypants, give me some details on that. Not sure what you mean. So did they remove the force can no longer affect range 0 attacks? Is that a thing now? I didn't know that. Again, I haven't had a chance to check it out. I got here late in the evening, and it all dropped while I was driving. Correct. They say, all right, cool. I mean, I agree. I understand they were trying to be thematic with the choice before, but it definitely slid the scale towards short force ships. You're like, well, I guess I just don't get punished. So that's a good thing. One bank to the right. Red Storm Squadron Ace. And that's going to be bumping himself. He does end up taking the damage. Or he could potentially take some damage. They're just double checking the rolling. No damage there. Dr. Moneypants with some clarification. So ailerons are now a boost, but they are not a boost action. Basically, the distinction is the same as between Baby Anakin's barrel roll and a barrel roll action. Got it. So they finally made it so that you can't, like, aileron onto or through obstacles. Oh no, Shara and the bumping into Corrin. Miscalculation there. No damage, luckily. That actually works out. You end up out of the arc of both of those TIE Advanced. And another K-turn from Aaron Kraken, who may be receiving a buff for his attack. You can fail ailerons. Oh. So Kraken has a plasma torp. Single crit there. Oh. So this is just the primary. Sorry, there was a confusion there with targeting synchronizer. Range 1 from Corrin. No bullseye. It's going to be into the red one. Hit, crit. Two shields. 2 minutes left in the round. So, homing missile. Gonna go ahead and take the damage card there on Zertic Strom. And with their rules here at this tournament, I'm gonna go ahead and call a last turn. Stream, final turn! And Corrin goes down there. And with that, that locks the game 22-12. Congratulations to Jeremy. He's going to finish it out here. Big swing there with Corrin going down. One hit. And it looks like the Z95 goes down. The Rebels just imploded there at the end, 24-12. Good game. Congratulations to Jeremy for getting that. Thank you to ISO, Danko, Baffle, Trojan, Prophet, Shadow, Tycho, Spice, Raider, Lancer, Fallen, Row 6, 626, Chief, and J List, our Grand Admiral patrons. And all of our Gold Squadron patrons and community members, thank you for your support. Gold Squadron out.